everyone. I'm here, Mike Sylvia with New Bedford Guide. We're here with Yaniv Dinur. He's the conductor for this Saturday at 7:30 at the Z. You probably saw the video we did in American in Russia. It's this Saturday, January 21st at 7:30. So, Yaniv, you're not from New Bedford, obviously. What's your impressions of the city?
I like it a lot. It's very charming, and I enjoyed very much walking around and seeing the little shops and eating very good food in the restaurants.
So what do you think of the New Bedford Symphony Orchestra? Obviously you've been with others before in the past. How's this one compared? Wonderful musicians. We've had 2 rehearsals so far. We have 2 more until the concert tomorrow. And we've been working a lot, working hard. The challenge, of course, in this orchestra is because they are not playing together every week on a regular basis. The challenge is to unite everybody, because here you really feel every individual who comes with their own way of playing, with their own thoughts about the music. And so what we've been working on these past couple of days is kind of a united way of playing, concept of sound, and things like that. And it's been going really well. What does a conductor do? People see a conductor up there kind of waving their hands. What really are you doing? You're kind of keeping the orchestra kind of in sync?
That's of course the basic job of the conductor, to keep the orchestra together. But of course it's much more than that. I always like to say that the conductor is kind of like a stage director or a theater director. You know, you have the actors who have the text, let's say, that Shakespeare wrote, and so everybody has their text, and everybody brings their own way of thinking about the play, and the conductor is like the director who kind of gives the concept of what the play or the piece of music is going to be.
So the New Bedford Orchestra, they do a lot of stuff in local community and schools. What have you heard about that you've seen what they do?
Yeah, so yesterday I went to see a class that Terry gave, and I was blown away. I heard a lot about it, so I was really looking forward to seeing it, because I do also I'm very passionate about music education, and I do a lot of it where I live now in Milwaukee with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, and so I was really looking forward to seeing it, and it was just incredible. She did a class about the connection between the planets and gravity, and how that relates to music, gravity in music. And it was funny, it was educational, it was deep. I learned a lot, and I think I'm going to also steal a few ideas that she had and do it myself. Yeah.
It's tough to get kids today into kind of orchestra music. What inspired you?
Well, for me, it was kind of natural, because I grew up in a musical house. My mom studied musicology, and my aunt is a piano teacher. So she was actually my first teacher, my aunt, for about 10 years. We had a piano at home, you know, and that's how it starts. That's why music education is so important to instill from a very, very early age.
So besides classical orchestra music, what else do you listen to? Anything modern? Or?
Yeah, I like to listen to Israeli rock music. There's this artist called Eran Zur, Israeli artist, and he's a really good poet and also musician, and I like him very much. And I like to listen to songs from Disney movies, actually, from Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. I think wonderful music. I like to play it, and also like to find some connections
between these pieces and classical music that I like to show the audience sometimes. Yeah.
Any concerts you've been to recently?
Mostly concerts of the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, and in Israel. Yeah, but a lot of concerts that I conduct myself, you know, but of course it's not the same.
So if you have any questions for Yaniv, go ahead and post them in there, and we'll ask it. So what do you say to most people who might not know much about classical music? So like if someone's, you know, in heavy metal or something else or pop and they've never really experienced it, why should they come this Saturday and experience the orchestra?
Well, classical music can give you something that other kinds of music cannot. And that is because usually today when you listen to songs on the radio, you know, they are very short, like 2-3 minutes, sometimes very good songs. And, but the thing is that classical music, because it's longer, and that might be one of the reasons that some people are afraid of it, because it's usually longer. But because it's longer, it has the ability to take you on a journey that a song of a 2-minute or 3-minute long cannot. And if you really give yourself to it, it can be an experience that can really change your life. And I'm talking from experience, and I know how listening to classical music changed my life. And I saw how it affected other people. It teaches you a lot about life. It teaches you about listening, about being open-minded when you hear for example, two melodies, two different instruments that are playing different things at the same time. It's really about accepting another person's opinion, you know? So there is a lot in classical music that we can learn from, and that can be a positive experience.
As a leader of the orchestra, the conductor, what's a path to a conductor? You have to be a musician first, obviously. What was your path, and what do you think most conductors' paths are?
Well, usually every conductor starts with an instrument. I started with the piano. Some conductors start with, you know, it can be any instrument, violin, flute. And then you kind of find your own path. What brought me to conducting is actually the orchestral music, because until I started learning how to conduct, I mostly knew piano music, but then conducting opened for me all this wonderful music of orchestral music, and also playing one instrument can be a little bit lonely. So one of the things that I really like about conducting is that I get to do music with a lot of people at the same time. That's wonderful.
What's the size of the orchestra this weekend? How big? It's a big band, let's say, for people who don't know what orchestras are. It's like 100, or what's the number?
About 70 people, I would say, something like that. Yeah, it's a big group. Strings, brass, winds, percussion, and they sound wonderful together.
So this is always something that we kind of have an inside joke with the orchestra. Like, so the triangleist, the guy does the triangle.
Yeah.
So is it as easy as people think? They just hit a triangle, or is it a little bit more?
Not really.
Exactly, right?
You know, you have to try, try for yourself.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's an art. It's an art. And composers demand sometimes to play very, very soft, or very loud, very fast and very soft, which is very difficult. So every instrument is very difficult to play. Actually, the easiest instrument is the piano, because you just touch and you make a sound. Of course, every instrument is difficult to play well. Yeah.
So Saturday at 7:30 at the Zeitarian Theater. It's beautiful. We're here right now.
Yeah.
What's a nightlife at the orchestra? Obviously, it's not just the music. There's actually kind of like an environment to it, and there's an experience to the orchestra. How would you describe it? You're kind of like a rock star that night, so you must be great for you to kind of experience all these people coming out to see you that night.
You know, but it's not about me. It's about the orchestra. It's about the music that we are playing. And one of the pieces that we are going to play is what I played for you at the beginning of this interview, Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 4, which is a very, very dramatic and beautiful piece. And then we also have Rachmaninoff Concerto for Piano No. 4. And we're going to start with a very cool piece by American composer John Adams, who wrote a piece, a 4-minute piece, very short, that is called A Short Ride in a Fast Machine. And it's kind of a combination of techno music and classical music. So it's very cool. You don't want to miss it.
So in America and Russia, has that been around for a while, or is it kind of something new?
The name, you mean the name of this concert? You know, I named it like that because it's kind of a take on American in Paris. And the program is a mix of American music, John Adams, and Russian music by Tchaikovsky and Rachmaninoff. But Rachmaninoff, a great Russian composer, actually came to America and he composed this piece that we're going to play tomorrow night in America. And he was very influenced by American music, by jazz, Gershwin, Duke Ellington. So it's very interesting. This is this combination.
So how long have you been in New Bedford preparing for this?
I came here 2 days ago. Yeah.
What kind of food have you tried? Anything different?
You know, I tried the quahog.
Yeah, quahog.
Quahog. I
like
said
a
it right.
Clam, right?
Yeah, very tasty. Very tasty. Reminded me of the turkey stuffing a little bit, just with fish. That's the most exotic thing, I think.
What about any of the sites? You check out the harbor, the museums, or anything?
Not yet. I didn't have much time, but hopefully by tomorrow I'll have a little bit of free time to do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, just a quick summary. Where can you get the tickets for the show?
Very important.
Yep.
Yes, the tickets you can get at the box office at the Zeiterion, or go online to nbsymphony.org, and you can get all the information there.
Yep, so we have a link in the underneath the video right now. You can click and go there, get your tickets, come by the box office, come by. You can risk it coming by the night of the show. It might be sold out, but you can come by the box office as well. So just, I guess, final question. It starts at 7:30, but what kind of preparation did it take before the show? What time do you get here?
I will be here around 3 because we have a dress rehearsal. And after that, I have something else, I don't remember. But most important thing, there's a pre-concert talk that I will give at 6:30 here at the Zeiterion. And I will talk about the music that we are going to hear and play some demonstrations on the piano. So I think it's going to be fun. Yeah.
So 6:30 is probably in the I'm guessing the VIP lounge. So you know the Lazy Boy Lounge. People hear that when you kind of enter the Z, the first opening before the main box office area. Come in at 6:30 and you can get as intimate as we are right now and actually listen to some great music and get an idea what's going to be going on tomorrow night at 7:30.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time. We
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
We're glad you came to New Bedford to give us some extraordinary music.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.